Good afternoon, students. This is Lohit Ram SK, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Srimati and Shivayar, Government Faculty College, Pagoda. So, in this session, I am going to discuss about the law of variable proportions. In the previous sessions, we covered the law of return to scale. So, but there will be a difference between law of return to scale and law of variable proportion. So, in law of return to scale, you will find the constant return stage, but here you can't find the constant return stage, but instead of that you will find the diminishing return stage. So let us understand the meaning of law of variable proportion first, after that assumption and the stages which are involved in law of variable proportions. Let's start with the meaning of law of variable proportion. So here, the law of variable proportion states that the quantity of one factor increased, keeping the other factor fixed, and the marginal product of the factor will be eventually decline. So here, the total number of inputs will be there, either it's a man, material, machine, labor, or anything which is used as input. So in those, one factor's quantity is increased and the other factors kept as a fixed one, and the marginal product of the factor will eventually decline. So this kind of stage is called as the law of variable proportion. So you can understand further it with this following the points that uh, up to the use of certain amount of variable factors, so the model product of factor may be increased, and after that certain stage, the marginal part, the marginal return, it's going to be decreases or start diminishing. So then when the variable factor become relatively too abundant, so that means if it is heavily available, the marginal products may become negative, because in such a situation, the producer may unable to identify the suitable factors with the fixed factors, or the some fixed factors may become uh, a variable after certain stage. So for all this reason, the law of variable proportion situation may exist. So let us go with the assumptions of law of variable proportions. So here, the first assumption of law of variable proportion is constant state of technology. So that means, so it is assumed that the technology they are going to use in production process, it should not be changed for a long time or for a while. So if it is changed, so we can't say there is a existence of law of variable proportion. So if there is an improvement in technology, then the marginal productivity is going to be rises instead of diminishing. So here the marginal productivity decreasing is one of the main feature of law of variable proportions, because except one factor, the other remaining factors become constant, and one factor only it's going to be constant. It may be a technology or labor or anything. So there should not be a change in technology which is using for production. Then the second assumption of law of variable proportion is fixed amount of other factors. So some inputs whose quantity is kept to be fixed. That means no addition or not decreased. The amount of that all those factors should be fixed for a while or up to a certain period. So it is only in this way that we can alter the factors of proportion. So and know its effect on output. So by fixed factors, we can just alter those or reshuffle them or recombine them, but it should not be increased or decreased. So then the law does not apply if all the factors are proportionally varied or changed. So the other fixed factors should be fixed. Then the third assumption of law of variable proportion is possibility of varying the factors of proportion. So that means the various factors can be combined to produce a product. Then the law does not apply if the factors must be used in a fixed proportion to yield a proportion, sorry, a product. So that means if the factors must be used in a fixed proportion. So here, the way Variable factors can be combined, but they should not be fixed for a long time. So they have to be varying. So then only we can say there will be a law of variable proportion. Otherwise, the law does not apply if all the factors must be used in a fixed proportion. So they can be shuffled and combined, but not their number is increased or decreased. Then let's we go with the stages of law of variable proportion. The first stage of law of variable proportion is stage of increasing return. So the name itself suggests that there will be increasing return. So that means the total product increasing at the increasing rate up to a point. That means up to a certain level. So this is because of the efficiency of fixed factors. That means except one factor, the other things factors are fixed. So then increases the additional units of variable factors are added to it. So that means the other variable factors except fixed factors, the variable factors are added to this production process. So this is the first stage in which the uh, total returns is increasing and marginal returns also increasing up to a certain level. Let us understand this with this table here. The unit the you know, the wheat production is going on. For the wheat production they have taken for units of labor is 1, then the total product at the labor used 1 is 2, and marginal product is 2, and average product is 2. Then the units of labor to increase from 1 to 2, and total product also increased from 2 to 6. Then marginal product is, so there is a difference between 6 minus 2, that is 4. Then average product is the total product divided by quantity or labor used, 2, that is 3. 6 by 2 is 3. Then they increase the labor to 3, then the total product is 12. So that means 6 number of products is increased, the marginal is 6, and the average is 12 divided by 3, that is 4. Then the increased labor number into 4, and total product is 16. So here up to this stage the marginal product is increased and the average product also increasing stage, but after fourth unit of labor it started decreasing. So that means after this the second stage will starts. Here the second stage of law of variable proportion is a stage of diminishing return. So in this stage the total product continues to increase but at a diminishing rate. See here, the total product is increased compared to last 3 unit of labor. There was a total product was 12. Now the labor of unit is increased to 4 and the total product is 16. But the marginal product is 4. That is 6 to 4. It is declined. That means 2 uh, is less. Then average product is same. So until it reaches its maximum point where the second stage ends, it will continue up to a certain stage where second stage ends. So here in the fifth unit, the total product increased to 18, but marginal return reduced to 2. Then average product below than the marginal product, that is 3.6. That means 18 divided by 18 divided by 5. So then after this, the 6 unit of labors employed, total product remains same, no changed. The marginal product becomes 0, and the average will become, so 18 divided by 6, that's 3. So zero point 0.6 is also become less here in average product. So up to this stage, the The second stage said to be in operation or in existence, that is diminishing returns. It started diminishing by by one unit to another unit. So in this stage, both marginal product and average product of labor diminishing, but at a positive rate. See here, so no minus values. In 4 unit of labor, that is plus 4, and average product plus 4, fifth unit of labor plus 2, and average product plus 3.6, and 6 unit of labor plus 0 and plus 3. So up to this, there is a diminishing margin return, we can say, but in a positive note. Then this is because the fixed factor become inadequate, so relative to the quantity of variable factors. So in the meaning itself, we discussed that some factors are fixed, and other factors not fixed. So they are it become inadequate. The fixed factors become inadequate relative to the quantity of variable factors. The one factor is fixed, and the variable factors may not be fixed in the proportion. That's why. Then the next stage of law of variable proportion is a stage of negative returns. So here the total product declines as a result. The marginal product of labor is negative, and the variable factor is too much relative to the fixed factor. So here the variable factor is not sufficient and adequate. They depend on the fixed factor. Let's see in the table. See, in the seventh unit of labor, the total product decreased from 18 to 14, that is 4 points decreased. So the marginal return is not, there is no additional return. Instead, that the marginal loss they incurred, that's minus 4. The average is, so 14 divided by 7, that is 2. It's from 3 to 2, it's decreased. Then in the eighth unit of labor, the total product, it becomes same as number of labor. So from 14 to 8, it is decreased. So, and the minus 6 is the margin loss they incurred. So then the 8 by 8 is the average product. So it's also decreased from 2 to 1. So this stage is called as the decreasing return or negative return, we can say. So after discussing all these stages and assumption and meaning of law of variable proportions, so we can come to conclusion that the law of variable proportion is said to be operative when all the factors are varying and some fixed factors are constant up to a certain level, but it may not be continued for a long time. At the end, the marginal and average return falls with a negative note. So this is because too much relative of fixed factors by variable factors. So that means the variable factors is not adequate, which is not cannot be combined with the fixed factors constantly, and there will be no change in technology also. So for all this reason, the declining starts with a negative note with production returns. So with this, I would like to conclude this session. Thank you.